again to another live streaming. Today I want to show you how to make a celeriac cappuccino. So let's get started. I will start by peeling the celery, and then I will saute the celery a little bit with onions, white onions, and then I will add water to the celery and let it soften, and then we can add also some seasoning, and at the end a little bit of some heavy cream. Okay, let me just show you how to do that. So you can use this as an appetizer for your starter meal on a Christmas evening. So I will remove the back or the peel of the celery. It is always easier using the saw knife. Celery can sometimes be tough, so be careful when you are slicing the celery. So I will rinse it a bit also in a clean water to prevent sand or any dirt that has been trapped in the celery. For slicing the celery, it is better that you use a chef knife like this. It's easier than the saw knife. The saw knife is easier for peeling, but for slicing, it's better you use the chef knife. And a big one that you can use your second hand to support the slicing, which is easier. Celeriac soup is a very easy soup because you don't need so much ingredient for this soup, which is always delicious and perfect. So I start by also peeling 3 small onions. Small white onions I'm using, because if you use color onions, your soup will become red or light brown. That is why I'm using white onions to keep the soup, the color of the soup. Thank you everyone once again for watching another live streaming. I hope you enjoy what we are doing here. Our aim is to share our love, passion, and knowledge about food with you guys. And I hope that you like what we do here. Like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones or to whom it may be useful. Thank you. You just remove the back of the onions. Onions is not needed to be washed unless the onions is dirty or the skin of the onions is dirty. But now you can see it is clean, so there is no need to wash the onions. We are just going to slice the onions in chunks. So for this, just slice the onions in 4, 5, or 6, just like this. It's okay. It's so simple, this soup, but one of the tastiest soup that you can serve to your guests this Christmas evening. On a Christmas Eve, it should be a wow effect, an additional effect to your table, or to bring that delicious start to your guest. So it doesn't really matter how you slice it, but just keep it a little bit bigger or smaller. Doesn't really matter, because we are going to mix it later. So now I have finished slicing the onions and the celeriac. So I will clean my table, my work table first. Then I will show you the next step. Welcome everyone. For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, I hope that you like what I'm doing here. And please support our channel so that YouTube will show our videos to people who need to learn something more about this type of kitchen, of course. If you are here, it's because you like what you saw on the thumbnail before you click this video. So please spread the good news, share it with your friends and family, and I hope I can make an impact to your cooking journey. Thank you once again for tuning on. Okay, we are going to start now by sautéing the celeriac and the onions. It's not difficult, but just one thing, you have to keep stirring. Make sure that the vegetable does not receive any color. You just keep stirring it and sautéing it. For that, it gives a tasty flavor to the soup, but without changing the color of the soup. But when you allow it, you go away from it, your vegetable will become brown, and of course the soup will become brown, and we don't want that. So we allow the butter. I'm using here butter, but you can use any fat that you have. You can use olive oil, you can use margarine, you can use anything, but I'm using here butter. And I add then the onions first to my pot. Then I keep stirring. Then I add the celeriac. Make sure you keep stirring, because you don't want the vegetable, the celeriac, to be brown. So, and make sure that the heat is not too high, to prevent burning. Then of course, keep stirring. You just have to keep stirring till the vegetable, the onion and the celeriac is a bit sauté, halfway sauté. You will see it before adding the water. You can also add chicken stock, vegetable stock, fish stock, depend on the taste, the end taste flavor you want to give to your soup. Celeriac is a very delicious soup. You can use it for making so many things. You can use celeriac for making salad. You can use celeriac for making espuma. You can use celeriac for making puree. You can use celeriac for making soup. You can use celeriac for even just as appetizer with beef. So if you like me to make other recipes how you can use celeriac, leave your comments in the comment section below and I will show you what you can do with this vegetable. You can do so much with just one vegetable. Let me know in the comments below. So my aim here is to show you the cooking technique. I know that maybe you have seen many videos of cooking in all other cooking channels, but we are here just to show you our technique, most of the technique that we use here in our restaurant to make delicious food, and to show you what you can do with just one ingredient. You can also make chips from celeriac. In fact, it is countless what you can do with celeriac. And also check out our other videos on our channel to inspire you if you want to learn something new about French Belgium gastronomic and fine dining in general. Okay, look at it is now almost halfway sauteed, but we are not there yet. I will keep stirring till it is well sauteed because this gives a very delicious flavor to the soup, which you will not have by just cooking the celeriac in plain water. So we are almost there. You just keep stirring it. You see what I was telling you about. You have the bottom of the pot have to be like this. That means it doesn't have to be burned. It should not be brown. You don't want any coloration or in the celeriac. So now the celeriac is halfway there. What we want. It has been sauteed and it's halfway soft. So I am going to add water now to it. So you just cover it with water and it's enough. That when you are making soup, it depends on the thickness of the soup that you want, of course. But if you want the medium thick soup, like what I am making now, you just have to cover the water 2 times the water of the vegetable that you have in your soup. But now I know what I want, so you can add so many, but it's better also that you start with thick. You can also always adjust the thickness of your soup after mixing. So now this is ready. I am just going to turn on the heat so that the soup will keep cooking. It takes about 20 minutes for the celeriac to be softened for us to be able to make the soup. But anyway, I have already prepared for this live streaming and I don't want it to take too long. That is why I already prepared a pot ready to show you the next step. While we allow this one to keep cooking for 20 minutes, I will show you the next step, how we can make the soup, and show you how to plate it and how you can and the end result of the soup. Okay, let's continue. Now, this is the soup. This is the result, the end result of the 20 minutes. The 20-minute celeriac plus and the. So I am going to mix it now, and I will show you what we can do. So it's not difficult. It's just mixing the soup. But I'm using here a mixer or a blender. Let me call it a blender to mix it because I want this soup to be very smooth. You can also use a hand mixer, of course, but sometimes in a hand mixer, I find out that you can also have some chunks in the soup, but I want this soup to be very smooth. That is why I'm using a blender. Just going to transfer everything to the blender. Then I blend it. Okay, it's now blended. You can see the texture is a bit too thick for what I want. So I'm going to add some juice, but I'm blending it in batches. So you see that still stock here, some stock here. Add a bit of stock to it. Now, that is the texture I am looking for. That is the texture I'm looking for. This soup, you can make it thicker or lighter. It depends on you. Then I will first test. There is no salt, no pepper, nothing in it. So I'm going to now season. I only season with salt and pepper because it's just perfect. You can use fish stock, you can use vegetable stock, of even chicken stock, but I'm just making it plain without just salt and pepper, and it's perfect. Then I'm adding a little bit of cream to it. The cream give it just the perfect soft creamy. Cream give it just the perfect creamy texture that you want in your mouth. Just full. Just a little bit of cream, it becomes so delicious. You don't need anything more. Just a little bit of cream and seasoning. So I add a bit of cream. Again, you can also adjust the cream to your taste, but it doesn't need so much. You just need a little bit of cream and you adjust it to your taste. So I add some salt to it. As I said, you can always add chicken stock, vegetable stock, fish stock. You can use anything that you want to flavor. The flavor is your choice. So that is the end result. Is like creamy, but there's not so much heavy cream in that, but when you taste it, you feel the fullness and that creamy, yummy, sweetness of the celeriac in the soup. It's perfect for me. I don't need anything more. And you don't even need anything, just salt, pepper. But if you want to add stock to it, whatever, you can always do it. So it's perfect. So now the soup is ready. I will show you the next step. I'm using here a machine to make the milk foam for the cappuccino, to make the foam. But you can also use your hand. Just if you don't have this kind of machine, you can just use a sauté pan. You add your milk to the sauté pan and you whisk the sauté pan. You warm your milk first, then you whisk the sauté pan and the milk in the sauté pan till you have that foamy for you to make the milk foam. But I can also show you how to do it on in the pan also. So I just add the milk here to the machine. I add a bit of salt because otherwise it will be like just flourless. I add just a pinch of pepper and make sure to tighten the pepper grinder so that it will grind very fine, not too rough. Then I set it to warm. So what it does is first warming up the milk and then making the foam. So I can also show you how to do that using a sauté pan. So while the machine is stirring or is warming up the milk, I will also show you how you can do that on a sauté pan or in a sauté pan. So you warm up the milk. It's nothing difficult. I add a pinch of salt. It's just whisking the milk like this. You see, it begins to foam. There is nothing difficult about it, but you just use this kind of a whisk and you just whisk in the milk. By doing that, you are creating an air bubble in the milk. You create an air bubble, a foam in the milk by just whisking it. So you can do it by machine or you can do it by hand using this. So make sure the milk is not too cooked. It's just to warm up the milk so that you not be pouring a cold milk on a warm soup. Okay, the milk is just warm enough. So I can show you the difference. Here is the machine and here is the handmade. So the machine is almost ready. So you just mix it. You mix it this way. When you whisk it, this you create a foamy milk, and you can use then the foam for the cappuccino. But you can also do it using this machine, this kind of machine, if you have one. It's easier, of course. So to give you an idea how to serve this soup, you don't need to do anything special. It depends on what you have in your house or at your home. But I will just give you an idea how to serve this soup to your guests. It's very cool. It's so easy. So I have here the creamy celeriac soup that I just showed you how I made it. You can put it in different glass than this. You can put it also on a bowl. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay. So now I have my foam here. I have here my foam, ready, the milk foam. So easy as that. You can even make the soup a day in advance. That is how easy it is. You make it a day in advance, and when your guests are there, you just place the pot of the soup on the stove again, you warm it up, and you just dish it for everybody, and then you make the foam and you serve it on the soup. So make sure to like and subscribe to our video so that you will see more video of this type. And also let us know if you want us to make more things or more recipe about more recipe using celeriac, so we can show you more, because there's a lot to do using celeriac. So now that is the lovely milk foam. You just see how simple it is to make the milk foam. You see, of course, it is very beautiful and very stable when you use the machine than using the hand. You see, it is so stable. So that is the celeriac soup. I call it Celeriac Cappuccino. So I show you now how to give it a little touch of luxury to the celery. You can do whatever, you can use whatever you have in your closet. There's not a special garnish to this. You just do whatever you have. But I just give it here a touch of watercress. I'm using here watercress, a microgreen from watercress to do this. You can use whatever you have in your closet or whatever you have there in your neighborhood or in your supermarket. But I'm using here watercress to make. Then I have here a touch of chopped parsley. You can do whatever you want with this. Then here I am having here a little touch of parsley powder. You don't just need to do this, but I'm just giving you an idea how you can give that delicious and beautiful luxury touch to just a simple appetizer, just like this one. You can do so much using celeriac, but this is just one of the lots or tens of things that you can do using this beautiful vegetable. So I hope I have inspired you there today to bring that delicious and luxury touch to your dining table on a Christmas Eve. Bon appetit, Celeriac Cappuccino, top with a little bit of watercress and chop parsley with the powder of parsley. Ciao! I hope you like this video and I hope to inspire you. And don't forget to like, click, and subscribe. And see you, of course, in the next episode. Ciao! Bye, everyone. Bye.